Going live, it says. 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 Hello, beautiful people. It is so good to see you. I said hello, beautiful people. It just did a little zhunk, so you may have gotten it, you may have not. Hey, it says it's going live. It's going live. Hello, beautiful people. Kim Ferris, you're here. Keith Johnson, you're walking the dog. I'm Bonnie Gillespie, and we're going to do some numerology for 2025. So I usually say no math involved with the work we do together, but today we're going to do a little addition. So I went with green and green today. So we're going to bring in some money, honey, with all the green goodies. And we're going to talk about the numerology of this beautiful year, as well as your numerology and how your life number and how your year number goes with, blends with, works with the universal number, which is 9. The numerology of 2025 is 9. But before we do anything else, now that I got my hair out my way, hello, Latrice. Have you hugged yourself today? And even if you have, do it again because it feels great. Get grounded. Be present. I'm working on the blog post. Right after I say be present, I start multitasking while I'm hugging myself. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hug myself some more. I changed sides to get my shadow side. Yes, good, 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 good. Hello, 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 Lisa. So good to see you, sweetheart. I know you love this stuff. You've got some really great content around new ways to use numbers and time and interpretation. And I think tarot specifically, you have something that I am really eager to explore more in 2025. So good to see you, beautiful people. I did settle on a word of the year, and I am going to put out that blog post shortly. So if you don't already keep an eye on bonniegillespie.com for blog posts, please do, because I don't always send out emails saying that a new post has gone up, but I do put new posts up, and there will be one that talks about not only our last live stream in which we brainstormed all the great words for 2025, but also I share the written version of our welcome list that I told y'all Keith and I do every single year. Yes, Lisa has a fabulous free PDF when you get on her mailing list that I am so intrigued by. And it is using the tarot cards for timekeeping and measurement of time. And I love so much of what you've included in there about how, look, if this doesn't work for you, do it the way it works for you. Because that's so chart harmony. That is so my work, is absolutely lean into what you need to happen. Today is Jupiter's day, and that is purple in chart harmony. So I am wearing my beloved Stacey Abrams for Governor t-shirt because it is the most purple thing I've got. And I feel more abundant when I align with the woo weather, and the numerology is a part of that. And what Lisa does in her work is a part of that as well. And I have schmutz in my hair again? How? I run all the things, combs, brushes, and sorts through, and it is the kind of weather right now where little fuzzy hitchhikers get on everything. It's just the way it is. Good morning, Deb Marie. Hello, Cassandra. So glad you saw it in time. I know I did not give a lot of notice on this one. I know. Yes. Very good, Michelle. Last day of Mercury retrograde. Indeed it is. Watch especially for extra spicy Mercury retrograde when it's the last day. When it's the last day of anything, it's always going to be doing the most. We kind of see it like critical degree. It is always going to be doing the most when it is at that last moment before it turns around and does the other direction. So that's true in both directions. You're wearing your purple. The Witch is in t-shirt today. Thank you, Jupiter. Love it. Yes, and for my lovely Jupiter yumminess here, this is peak Jupiter, right? I mean, you can have these the size of a room. These are giant, but these are those geode crystal things that get honked off the side of the earth And they are just so gorgeous. I love all that amethyst. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. And I'm realizing that what I've got it sitting on is it's picking up the energy of that. Um, it's so interesting. I had to move one. I had a tiny baby geode over there by my salt lamp, and the salt lamp started leaching, like the salt started leaching into the side of the geode and like eating away a little tiny hole in the geode. And I was like, oh my God, how is like one rock is attacking another rock? And I'm like, hi, welcome to planet Earth and nature. You don't actually have to be a living being to decide that you would like to take over some space. It's just chemistry that way. And I kind of love it. All right, excellent. Let's see here. Jeannie, so excited, not working and not too busy to attend live. I'm so glad you made it. Fabulous, fabulous. Whoop, whoop. Yes. Oh, I love y'all saying hello to one another. I know, right? We're all right. We're all doing that. Like, let me leach into the territory that I would like to take. Let me share with y'all today. I have reason to celebrate. Speaking of numbers, today is day number 3,000 of my sobriety. Yay! Yay! I'm just over 8 years sober, and I always like to celebrate benchmark dates. And dates are not always the way to celebrate them. Sometimes it's counting how many days until something or since something. And as of today, I have been sober 3,000 days. Yay me! Yay me! There was a time when I would have told you I could not stay sober 3,000 seconds, and certainly not 3,000 minutes, and certainly nowhere close to 3,000 days. And here I am, sober 3,000 days, and absolutely aware of the work that it is. However, I have a friend who is trying to choose sobriety. Instead of saying get sober, I like to say choose sobriety. She's trying to choose sobriety daily, more consistently, and she's struggling with it and asked me for advice. And I said, here's what I know. It is far easier to stay sober than to get sober. So the thing you're trying to do right now is the hardest thing. That trying to get sober, that trying to choose sobriety and officially say, done. I am putting aside that coping mechanism or whatever it is in your life. For me, it was a way that I could dull my senses because my empath beingness found it too hard to be out in the world and not overtly using my woo tools to buffer all the energy that I was picking up. And so if I am going to live a life in showbiz and not in the woo space, I can't do all of my protection things, so I have to protect somehow. And vodka was the best way for a long, long time to protect myself energetically. And it is so much easier to stay sober than it is to get sober, because once you've done it, once you've divorced yourself from whatever it is that was the choice and started looking into what can I do to replace whatever that was, that's when it starts getting so much easier. And for me, it was I did not have good tools for protecting myself from the energy that I was picking up. For others, it might be I don't love myself. And so the work needs to be doing the work of enoughness and self love and love yourself enough to allow yourself to be not drinking and see who that version of you is. Even get to, because for a lot of us, we don't even know, you don't even get to know that part of yourself if you don't give yourself a chance at that. Lisa turned 61 yesterday. Honey, happy birthday. Happy solar return. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the congratulations. Yes. Big, profound shift. Indeed. 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 Yes. Mm-hmm. And my husband is letting me know that he is almost home with the puppy dog. So we may see a Mala moment in here for show. Mm-hmm. Yep, here we go. I hear the door opening. Let's see. Where's my baby boy? Hi, my baby boy. Hello. Hello. Oh, are you so sweet? Are you so sweet? Go to your spot. What a good boy. What a good boy. Did you have fun outside with Daddy? Okay, we're not going to stay. Not going to spend. You got a mile of butt. That's it. You got a mile of butt. That's it. Oh, you do want to stay? I know. It feels good in here. Daddy got the heat working. He says no, but there may be food in there, so I'm going that way. All right, that's your mala moment. Do you know your own personal numerology? Let's start there. Do you know your own personal numerology? This is where you take your entire birthday, month, day, year that you were born, and add it down to a single digit. So I will do me. Don't y'all worry. My birthday is all up over the internet. I actually got a Google alert that my birthday is in the database of astrology.com confirmed birthday, birth time, birthplace things, and it's not right. It actually has my birthday, well, it has my birth time 20 minutes off, and it has my location as Atlanta rather than the actual suburb of Atlanta, or it's not really a suburb. It's like this piece of Atlanta that I was born in. But anyway, I was like, should I write and have them change it? And I was like, well, no, I kind of like that. I'm enjoying the almost scorpionic secret of they don't have it exactly right. Mwahaha. But who knows? Anyway, okay, so do your birthday like this, and then you're going to add each of those things together. So you see I put little pluses there. We're going to add all of that together. Make sure you include your 19. Don't just abbreviate. Okay, make sure you include that. All right, so I'm going to add all this down, and I am going to get to, I'm like, I got to do my math. Oh, I'm going to do my math. What am I going to get to? I am going to get to, if I go 711197, I get a 26. Da, 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 da. Okay, so 26 is not a single digit. So this is not my birth number. Or birth number, life number, same thing. So I'm now going to add those two together. And in adding those two together, I get an 8. My life number, birth number, etc. is an 8. Let's see what we've got here. Kim is a 4. Cassandra is a 2. Michelle is a 9. Lisa is a 4. And Kim is a 4. Yeah, we're get it just down to the single number for what we're doing today. I know that like Dan Millman does a really good thing where he would use both the 2, 6 and the 8 to give information, because you get to this 8 from a 2 and a 6. And so it's got both of those energies. But we're not going to do double digits at all. We're going to take it all down to single digits, because we're going to be looking at almost like a compatibility between our life number, the year that we're going into, starting with January 1st. We all entered a new number for January 1st, and the year itself universally is a certain number. So we're going to be looking at 3 different directions. And so we want to simplify the numbers as much as possible for this one. Deb Marie is a 5 and Sandra's a 4. Beautiful. Love it. Y'all got this. All right. So now what we want to do is come up with what is the number that I am going into in 2025. And I say am going into, but it actually already happened. We all started on January 1st, a new numerological year for ourselves. And it starts on January 1st because it's the numerology we have for that year. And so what we do is we take the birth month and the birth day. So for me, 7/11, July 11th. And instead of 1970, I'm going to put in 2025. Okay. So this is to get your number of the year. You're going to put your month and your day and not your year, because now we want to know what's your numerology, what's your birthday's numerology for 2025. And you don't double up on the years. So you don't just add your number 8 to the year number. You have to actually take this down to what is your month and your day plus this current numerology. All right, so when I do that, I get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. And then we go again, but Bonnie, that's 2 digits. We got to add them together. Bump up, bump up, bump up. Let me get all my pluses in here. Forgot to do it that last time. And that gives me a 9 for the year. Ooh. All right, so I'm born in 8 and I'm in a 9 year. Starting January 1st, 2025, I entered a 9 year. Yes, we will talk about what all this means. Yes, 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 yes. Cool. All right. So are you getting, Sandra says also a 4. So you're a 4 by birth and you're in a 4 year right now. So you do like I do, almost like, no, because mine's off by 1. Never mind. That's not what I meant. But you're like I was last year. I'm born in 8, and last year I was in an 8 year. Got it. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yes, yes, yes. So that's a 2, that's an 8. It goes down to 1, Blythe. Great question. So see here where I got 18, Blythe got 19. And so when you add down a 1 and a 9, you still get another 2-digit number. You get 11, and you need to then add those down. 1 and 1 becomes a 2. You got it. Exactly right. Yep. Okay. Excellent. You're absolutely welcome. Okay. So now we're going to do just what is the number for this year itself. So for everyone, the energy of this year, the energy that we will all be here for in 2025, all we do is we add down the numbers of 2025. Did I just say 2022? I think I heard myself say 2022. 2025. If not, it's just what I thought. For 2025, the whole everybody is going to have this kind of energy. So we add this all down, and we get 2 and 2 is 4, and 5 is 9. So the world is experiencing big 9 energy. Big 9 energy. Yep. Lisa, you got it. Because you're January 1st, you are in a 2 year. Yep. 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 You're a 4 in a 2 year. Correct. Okay. So you are a 2 in a 4 year. Sorry. You are a 4 in a 2 year while the world is having a 9 year. That's right. Is everybody getting this? So everybody should have a birth number, life number here, and then the number that you are for 2025, and then the number of 2025, which is a 9. So we're going to talk about the way these relate with one another. Hi, baby. Hi. Do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello? I know you kind of do. Do you want to come up? You want to come up? Hop up. Do you want to come up? You do. You want to come up. Yes, you do. Come on. Where'd Daddy take you? No. Thank you. If you were texting me, my phone is in the other room. What's a good boy? Yeah, you can go be with Daddy, or you can stay with me, or you can go to your spot. Do you want to go to your spot? He's so good. He's so good. Go to his spot. Okay, so Kim says, yeah, you can come be on my lap. I offered it. Come on. I know. Where do you want to be? Gemini. I know. It's really hard to decide. Do I want to be in my bed? Do I want to be on mommy's lap? Do I want to go get in that bed with Dad? Okay, so Kim is born a 4 in a 6 year during this 9 year. You got it. Lisa, 4, 2, 9. He is so cute. I know. I love him. I love my little Gemini love rocket. He's so adorable. He's so adorable. All right, y'all. Great. So you've got a... Who are you barking at? Mala. That is a new thing that he is enjoying doing, is if somebody walks by an open window, he has to make sure that they know there's a dog that lives in this house. You don't actually have to do that. He does not have to do that. Your kitty is mesmerized with the info you're sharing. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's right. Exactly. I mean, yeah, he's probably, you're right. He's an air sign. He's probably just saying hello to the neighbor doggies. He loves it when he walks by a place and a dog barks. He thinks it's adorable. What? If you want to be in here, stay in here. Did you hide something in there for yourself for later? What are you looking for? Where's your ball? Where's your ball? Go get it. Yeah, go get your ball. By the way, ball is just word for whatever he's interested in right now. So I don't dictate like what a ball is. I just go, where's your ball? And he goes, oh, right. I was interested in that thing, because he's Gemini, which means he always leaves something somewhere that he was interested in to go look at something he was more interested in. So I've said, where's your ball? And he's gone to find whatever. And sometimes his ball is a treat, and sometimes his ball is an actual ball, and sometimes it is a squishy toy that goes squeak, squeak, squeak. All right. The welcoming committee. Exactly. He does. He loves it when he walks by somebody else's place and there's a dog. He's like, oh my God, you know me. It's like, it's just... Okay. So here's how we do this. The overall vibe of 2025. What'd you bring? What'd you bring in here? Where's your ball? Where's your ball? He's making a bed for himself by the heater. This is adorable. You can do that. It's fine. You absolutely can do that. It's totally fine. You're a good boy. All right, I got to stop with this being distracted by Mala. The overall vibe for 2025, it's a 9-year. The 9 energy is closing off a cycle. It is being done with, wait for it, the things that started during the last 1 year. And the last 1 year universally was 2017. So to think about the world and 2017 being when certain intentions were started, were launched, were moved forward, that was a 1 year. 2018 was a 2 year. 2019 was a 3 year. Of course, 2020 was a 4 year, surprising no one. I'll explain what each of the years mean. But we had a 5 year in 2021. We had a 6 year in 2022. We had a 7 year in 2023. We had an 8 year in 2024. And in 2025, we are having the 9 year that goes with the 1 year of 2017. So seeds that were planted universally in 2017 are now 2019 getting pruned. This garden that was created in 2017, we're going to be dismantling anything that doesn't need to go with us into the next 9-year cycle. We are going to be closing off the things that started then that need to not continue going. And there's a lot of that energy astrologically this year as well. We are closing off a relationship astrologically with the outer planets being in more receptive or slow and low energy signs and moving into fiery, action takey, more assertive / aggressive signs. And there's a lot about all of that that we will be getting a hint of and a taste of this year as those planets do their first little move into specifically Aries and Gemini. And I'm talking about, we've got Pluto in Aquarius already, so that's already happening. And Pluto is done moving back into Capricorn. It's all Aquarius all the time until 2044 now. But we've got Neptune moving into Aries. We've got Uranus moving into Gemini. We have Saturn moving into Aries. And all of that is going to do that and then retrograde back out. So we will get like a preview of how things are going to be experienced. And we will know what that is going to start to look like around March. We will have a lot of indications of like how this woo weather is going to go for the year. March is the most volatile of the months ahead in woo weather. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see what that means we're done with. What are we going to go? Yeah, we're not taking this anymore. We're not doing this anymore. Oh, good. I have a year to sort out the junk of 2017. Exactly. What is the stuff that you want to be done with and not take into another 9-year cycle with you? By the way, I got sober at the end of a 9-year. And when I moved to LA, long time ago, 93. And then 13 months later, bounced out and went back to Atlanta and then eventually Athens and went to grad school. Because LA did not stick. I did not stick in LA. We had the Northridge earthquake. It was my first ever earthquake. And I was like, woo, you know what? And I'm not pursuing acting the way I thought I would. I'm working this amazing job that I love, but because I'm not doing acting the way I thought I would be doing, I can roll around on a plastic pad behind a desk at a job in Atlanta. And there's no earthquakes there, and we're closer to my mama. So let me consider going back to Georgia, which I did. But when I moved back to LA for this is the time it's gonna stick time, it was December of 1998, and specifically that is the end of a 9-year. because I knew I wanted to close off my relationship with Georgia and with academia and all the grad school and all the stuff that Georgia represented, family, like relatives, all that. I wanted to close all that off and be a resident of Los Angeles. So I wanted to do it at the end of my 9 year. Same with sobriety. I chose sobriety at the end of a 9 year because I knew if I don't get this under control, and better still, not trying to control it, but instead allowing another option for myself and how I love on myself and how I take care of myself, that I would just drink for another 9 years. And so I wanted to be done with drinking at the end of a 9 year, so that that 1 year would mark the start of my sober 9 years. And if nothing else, at least I would be sober 9 years. I mean, again, I didn't even know if I could be sober 9 months at that point, but that's where I started. So what can you think about for this year, 2025, that you want to be done with? By the time we're at the end of this year, what would you like to be done with? And that's for the universal 9. Now, let's go through the universal, not the universal number, which is the everybody's going through a 9 year right now thing. Let's go specifically to your 2025, because each of you counted down to a number that, hi, Mala Beads, go to your spot. Good boy. Oh, I get what's happening. I get what's happening. Y'all are doing laundry. Okay. Um, your number. Mine's the same. That's really easy. Mine's the same. What the universe is doing is what I'm doing. Okay, got it. So I can keep up with that. But there's, 8 other options that y'all could have. So let's start with, if you are entering right now in 2025, if you have entered a 1 year. Do I have any of you who entered a 1 year yesterday? Let's see. Keith, are you starting a 1 year? Is that what I'm hearing? You, Blythe, you and my husband starting a 1 year. Fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. I love it. Okay, so in your 1 year, you start new things. You plant seeds. You take that energy of the 1, which is the beginning of a 9 year cycle, and you determine, where do I want to plant these seeds? What do I want to nurture and grow and see happen in a 9 year storyline? What is it that I want to begin? What relationships do I want to start? What projects do I want to start? What businesses do I want to start? What new households do I want to start? What new family do I want to start? What do I want to do with my 1 year energy? There is an eagerness to it. There is a fire to it. There is if you're doing chart harmony colors, it's got orange to it. That 1 year is very potent for planting seeds that last the whole 9 years. So make it count. And you don't have to decide today. You don't have to go, oh, shoot, my 1 year already started in this universal 9 year. Here I am in a 1 year planting seeds. I got to hurry up and figure out what that is. You got all year. The whole year for you is a 1 year, which means you don't have to have it figured out this year right now as it starts. But during the year, you're going to be given opportunities to start things and to determine what are seeds that are worth planting. What are the things that I'm excited about? And how do I want to see these things be a part of my year? Then if you're in a 2 year numerologically for 2025, and I know a few of you are, tell me if you're in a 2 year for 2025. Let's see. I believe Deb Marie, sorry. Da, 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 da. Yes, 2 year. Yes, yes. Who else is in a 2 year? Lisa. Okay, so if you're going into a 2 year right now, you started in a 2 year yesterday. I keep wording this as if I'm doing this live stream before January 1st. I don't know. If you are having your 2 year in 2025, that means that you used this formula here, your birth month, birthday, and the year 2025, and you added down to a single digit. And if you got 2 here, that means that you are in what my mom, Charlesy, would have called the abort or knit booties year. The 2 year is when we either say, I planted those seeds in that 1 year, and now I'm going to nurture them. I'm going to knit booties. She would say, you got pregnant in the 1 year, and in that 2 year, Are you going to knit booties for that baby? Are you going to say the seeds that I planted are going to be nurtured? I'm going to do the things that I need to do to make sure that I'm taking good care of what is growing and what is very new, and trust, even though I don't see any kind of evidence that the seeds I planted in the 1 year are showing up, because in the 2 year, it's still very dark. It's like fresh off a new moon. You don't see the evidence of that growth yet. That 2 year involves a lot of trust. Or you're going to say, I don't believe it's going to work. I now don't believe in myself as much as I did. In that 1 year, I had a lot of confidence. I actually thought things were going to go forward with this. Now I'm not so sure. I'm going to go dig up those seeds. And there is a sentence, statement, a saying out there that I've seen that I love, and I don't know where it comes from. It's just probably someone's church service somewhere, and it became a little shareable graphic, and I love it. So I shared it. So I saved it in my brain and I share it now. It is, do not dig up in doubt what you planted in faith. So you are going to have in a 2 year more doubt, more low enoughness, more, oh, can I actually make this happen? Am I able to do the things that I think I'm going to be able to do? And so this is when, if I look at my 9 years of sobriety, my year one, I was like, I'm freshly sober. This is me. This is who I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to really stick to these seeds that I've planted, and I've got a lot of energy behind it. And so I was exercising. I definitely replaced vodka with working out, and it was great. I had a nice little hard body. I was like, ooh, late 40s, and look at me, whoop, whoop, whoop. I didn't know this was possible. Like, my metabolism's supposed to be slowing down, and instead I'm like, woo! And it's because I put all of that drinking energy into working out energy. And also, when you stop drinking after you've been drinking every day, you lose weight, because that was a lot of extra calories that you're no longer taking on. But then in my 2 year, I was on bed rest for a full quarter of the year. And it wasn't because I worked out too hard or anything. It's because I hit that wall of that mind body healing journey. This is where I had to get real about what kinds of empathy protection do I need to put around myself, so that when I'm around people and their energy and doing work with them in every day of my life work, I don't take on energetic hitchhikers, and I have that buffer. And so it would have been really easy in that 2 year energy to say, okay, I have to get rid of all the things that I thought were going to be great in 2017. Like, I had just started getting gear for the next year. We had hundreds of people in the dojo doing this daily, the 100-day program. And I was in a 2 year, 2018, I could have just said, okay, never mind, pull up all those seeds. We're not going to continue on with this. It's too scary. I can't be this. I can't do this. So that 2 year does have a time of little faith. And so what I recommend is you leave notes for yourself, for the 2 year version of yourself, that say, you're going to lose some courage at some point in your 2 year. Please do not let that dig up what you set out to do and what you planted in the faith and the energy and the action of the 1 year. 3 year. Who's in a 3 year 2025? Let's see. Do we have anybody in a 3 year starting yesterday? I don't see anybody who started a 3 year yesterday. You're in, Melly. Okay. Melly's in a 3 year. Okay, great. Love that saying. Thank you for sharing. Yes, absolutely. You bet. Happy to share. I wish I could attribute it to someone, but I'm certain it was just said some kind of way, some kind of place, and it's just, now it's out there as a phrase. But that's a good one. That's a really, like, an Instagram worthy one, right? Like, you make those little cursive font shares and put them out in the world. It's a good one. 3 year is manifestation year. Yay, manifestation year. We love a 3. We love a 3. Oh, I didn't say this. Chart harmony for the 2 year, blue and black. So when you're thinking of how the vibe of a 2 year feels, it feels like blue and black. Black because doubt and closing things down, saying no, and blue because it's a lot of alone time, and it's a lot of contemplation around, how do I want to nurture those seeds that I planted when I was in a more orange, action-takey space? When we're in a 3 year, the chart harmony of that is pink and orange. Woo, a little bit of purple, The energy of the 3 year is manifestation. When you are in a 3 year, you are going to start seeing manifestation of the seeds that you planted in that 1 year. And that's why you just got to hang on during that 2 year, because if you took aligned action in the seed planting in the 1 year and you nurtured those seeds in the 2 year, in the 3 year, the manifestation will be as bold and bright as you hoped it would be. And if you dug up those seeds in the 2 year, if you let the low enoughness and the self-doubt cause you to abort rather than to knit booties, using my mom's statement about what a 2 year feels like, your 3 year is not going to have as grand a manifestation as it would have. And that's okay. You made choices in your 2 year that now are going to change what that 3 year manifestation looks like. And you can't go back and kick yourself and wish, oh, I should have done, should have done. You just know that now the manifestation that I'm experiencing in the 3 year is based off how bold were the seeds that I planted in the 1 year and how much faith did I hold in the 2 year. Now I'm in the 3 year. I'm celebrating. I can actually see some of the benefits of the growth that has taken place while I couldn't see it happening underground. So this is where my mom would say, you got knocked up in your 1 year, you said abort or knit booties in your 2 year, and then in your 3 year, you've got the kid. So now you've got that celebration energy. That's why it's pink, it's orange, it's a little bit of purple, because it's got that celebration of manifestation energy. And so that's the energy that comes with that 3 year. And so enjoy a 3 year. It's going to feel a little more like a party. It's going to feel like a celebration. And of course, all good celebrations are followed by 4 year. Who's going into a 4 year yesterday? Who started a 4 year for 2025? 4 year. This is why I said 2020 was a 4 year. Nobody doubt that is what that was. The 4 year is the year of hard work. What? The year of hard work. The year of hard work, y'all. The 4 year is the year of hard work. So to go with my mom's story here, you've got the baby coming because you got knocked up in that 1 year. That 2 year, it's obviously a full like year or two gestation cycle. In the 2 year, you abort or knit booties. In the 3 year, you have the manifestation. You see what the baby is, you celebrate. And then in the 4 year, well, you got this kid. You're going to have to put it through school, so you better work. And so that 4 year is going to be hard work. You're in a 4 year, Michelle. Yep, worky work. So what's the deal with my life number also being a 4? Sandra, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to get through all the numbers in the what kind of year you're in, and then we're going to talk about the combination of things. Absolutely. Yep. That's why we did life number first, so that you could start noticing, oh my gosh, my whole life feels like work if I'm born a 4. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what it should feel like, but that's one of the ways that it can feel like. The chart harmony colors for a 4 year, there's only one, and it's black. That's it. Because in that black energy that says we're going to work, we're going to follow rules. It's got a Daddy Saturn vibe. It's very business. It's Capricorn. It's Virgo. It's got that big sense of there is work to be done, and I'm going to do that work. And you always wear black. There you go. Perfect. Excellent. Yes. So it is not that a 4 year can't have fun, but it's that the focus of the 4 year is we got shit to do. We got business to take care of. We gotta really focus. That energy is very focused. And as we think about the way 2020 went, we can even see that everyone at first was, yes, let's focus in on what we need to do to take care of everybody and ourselves in this time. And then over time, human's gonna human. And then we start seeing some really big ow stuff going on, awakenings happening, and opportunities to do the work. This is where it got very clear, like, oh, it's not enough to just not be racist. I actually have to be anti-racist. And I have to actually educate myself on what that even means, because it's nobody else's job to educate me about the things I've been blind to sitting in my privilege. Like, that's a year of work for damn sure. And so work can be, we got good, important stuff to do, and it's going to take rolling up the sleeves and actually getting things done. That's that 4 energy. So in the year 5, numerologically, do we have anybody who went into a 5-year? Anybody who went into a 5-year numerologically yesterday? Because five is fun. A 5-year is fun. 2021 was not quite so fun, but 5-year is potentially the most rebellious year of the 9-year cycle. You are halfway through a 9-year cycle. You have just worked your ass off in that 4-year, and you are ready to play. You are ready to rebel. You are ready to get frisky. You're ready to take risks. The 5-year has orange and pink energy around it. So it's similar to the 3-year in terms of chart harmony colors. But the way my mom would say it is you worked all damn year in your 4-year because you got to put this kid through college, this metaphorical kid through college. And then in your 5-year, you got that kid off to college. So you're going to now throw a rager at your own home because you got the kid out the door. And so now it's time to and that kid is going to go off and have a party because they're on their own. And so there is this energy of the 5-year that is play, risk taking, frisky. It's got this energy of celebration, of we're at a checkpoint in this whole 9-year cycle. So if we go back to looking at my sobriety, that 5-year point is a point, or that 5 numerologically. And so using that 5-year vibe, the numerology of 5, of looking at my sobriety, I was able to say, wow, I really actually do feel like this is how I live now, and not just this is the work that I'm doing. I have a different relationship with sobriety now. And that is true. There are several benchmark places in sobriety that make you feel like you're in a different relationship with it. All of which are important ones to track and note. If you're a tracking type, I'm totally a tracking type. I love, like I said, I'm 3,000 days sober today. I love tracking in lots of ways. I also love that adds down to a 3. So I'm having a nice 3 manifestation day around my sobriety, and I love that. Okay, so 5 energy, then you threw this big party. To go back to my mom's metaphor, now in a 6-year, you got to repair your house. You got to repair your house. You swung from the chandelier during your 5-year. And so during your 5-year, everything you broke because of all the risks that you took and all the party that you threw, you'll got to fix in that 6-year. So the 6-year has a more domestic energy. It's green numerologically because it has a vibe of Venus, and it's got that. I need to now tidy up. I need to focus on my home. I need to repair things. A 6-year is when we will repair marriages. It's like we'll go into couples counseling. It's when we will start doing renovations on our home, like actually physically renovating things. It is a year of repairing things within ourselves. Day says I'm in a 6-year. Extra broke. Ha ha ha. It just means the focus in a 6-year is going to be on what needs to be fixed and what is the work I need to do to repair the things that got broke. And so the 6-year energy is also a time when people notice they have a lot of like dinner parties and bring people over and they behave like host. It's because you're doing things that feel like they are upgrading your space and repairing things that may have been wrong in your house and home, that you're feeling more generous and more gregarious toward hosting people and bringing people over to experience whatever it is that you've built and created for them to experience and share. Repairing inner self is very definitely something you can do in a 6-year. You bet. You bet. So then we move into the 7-year. The 7-year is a dark year. It is a little blue. It is a little black. The 7-year, my mom would say, is the dark night of the soul. It is the year that you go inward and you get quiet. I have had to reframe the 7-year as it's the year I build courage. And it's because when we look at what's ahead for 8-year, 9-year, we know there's a lot of courage that needs to be built. The metaphor that works best for me for a 7-year, because the 7-year is very spiritual and very quiet and can feel lonely. And that can be hard if you're an extrovert or you're used to being out and seen, or you got a lot of air in your chart. You can be like, oh my gosh, I'm so quiet. I don't understand this 7-year. That 7-year is the time that the butterfly does not yet exist, but you're also no longer a caterpillar. So just like we had that long period of the 2-year where it was abort or knit booties for the seeds that we planted, the 7-year is the I have now lost all my caterpillar existence, and I am in this cocoon becoming something, but I don't know what the something is, and I don't know how it operates. And because I have no experience being whatever this is that I'm becoming, I need a lot of faith and a lot of trust, very much like the 2 year. I need to have that trust. I need to have that faith. I need to believe that what I am building into is going to be fabulous. And that quietness can be really challenging until we learn how to work with it. And I think this was the first cycle for me where a 7 year actually felt really good. I knew I was building chart harmony. I was able to see, okay, I know where I'm headed with this. And in my 7 year, I did a lot of stuff behind the scenes for what I knew was going to be my 8 year and a much more public experience. And so, yeah, I like that, Janine. Yeah, I like that a lot. Jeannie. I was looking at where is the I in your name? Jeannie. I like that a lot. The goo year. Yes, the ectomorphic goo. That is a perfect way to label that 7 year. Yep. Dealing with things that are only you can face them, only you can deal with them. My saying for a 7 year is this is between God and me. Nobody else can share their opinion and have it matter. Nobody else can check in and say, what can I do for you in a 7 year? It's me, source, the universe. We gotta figure this out. And we don't do it by figuring out. We do it by receiving, listening, allowing. Spirit is trying to talk to us all the time. And we just have to sometimes close off the chatter so that we can receive. And then the 8 year. Of course, if the 7 year is the cocoon, the 8 year is going to be bing, the butterfly. The 8 year is the butterfly. 8 year is butterfly emerges. 8 year is a power year. 8 year is the year where we spread those wings for the first time, and it can feel scary and it can feel big. And if you've not done work on enoughness, you can have upper limit problems show up in an 8 year. There are going to be power struggles. There are going to be opportunities for you to show up big, and you might doubt yourself. Depends on how good was that work that you did during the 7 year. Do you trust those wings? You've not used them before. Even though you've had the DNA for wings your whole life as a caterpillar, you don't necessarily trust or know how to use them, but there's something in you that says, yeah, you do. You do. You know what to do with these. You know what to do with these wings. Come on, just try. Just use it. You've got it. The color that is most associated with 8 is going to be purple, right? Purple and green for 8, I think, because those are the two benefics. Purple for Jupiter and green for Venus. Yeah, I think so. There may be more. I think there's a little orange with 8. I think that's the one I'm forgetting, because it's not as much orange. It's not like take action is the leading feeling. It is more of I am now ready to be seen. And for some, that can be take action. For others, it can be just step on the stage and wait for the audience to come. 8 can go either way in that regard. And I'm really changing my relationship with the numbers the more I spend time practicing where they line up with planetary remediation and chart harmony in general. So is anybody here in an 8 year for 2025? Anybody in an 8 year for 2025? I see Jeannie is. Yes. Okay. Orange, green, no purple according to Chart Harmony code page. Thank you, Deb Marie. I appreciate that. Thank you for checking that. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, cool. So then in your 9 year, here we are, 9 year 2025. So this is now the universal year itself, but it's also if you are in a 9 year like me. So if your birth month and birth day with the current year adds down to a 9, you are in a 9 year, but the year itself is a 9. So no matter what year you're in, if you are like, I'm in an 8 year, I'm in a 7 year, I'm in a 6 year, whatever year you're in, you are also going to experience the 9 year vibe because it's what the universal year is. You just need to talk about how it reconciles. How does the world being in a 9 year go with you being in a 4 year, for example? And we'll talk about all that. So 9 year is the year that you conclude your 9 year cycle. So 2025, we're going to close off what was started in 2017. for the universal number. When you are in a 9-year, you can go back 9 years and see what was my last 9-year like. You can go back 8 years and see what was the 1 year that I was planting seeds for, because it won't be till the end of this 9-year that you're in that you will have the full story of that 9-year cycle. Yep. Rachel, awesome. 8-year. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So really think about in that 9-year, which is the black year, using chart harmony colors, it is a year to declutter. It is a year to bring skeletons out of the closet. It is the year to come out and say, here is the stuff that I was keeping secret. 9-year is a big year of secrets coming out of the closet. By the way, we are in a universal 9-year. We're going to get lots of secrets coming out of closets. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. I know it's going to be a lot. And in a 9-year, you want to purge everything that you don't want to take with you into the next 9-year cycle. You want to prune any extra growth that is not needed for the garden that is going to be planted next cycle. Questions about your personal year, which starts January 1st every year, and you can map this out for your whole life. If you are in a 1 year right now, you were in a 1 year in 2016. Because that's how it works. If you are in a 2-year right now, you were in a 2-year in, 2017 was the start of this cycle. Right. So I had it right. Yes. If you're in a 1 year now, your last 1 year was 2015. If you are in a 2-year now, your last 2 year was 2016, and so on and so on and so on. Cool. Excellent. So how do we get these to connect with one another? So you know your life number, your birth number, this one that you get when you use your month, day, and birth year. Get that down to a single digit. We're going to have a certain number. And then we've got the numerology of the year itself, 2025. You've got that certain number. How do those get along? And then you've also got your personal number. How does that factor? So what I would love for you to put in the chat, here's what I want you to put. In this order, give me your birth number, and I only want a single digit. If you give me 2 digits, angel numbers or anything, I'm not going to do it. Single digit, because this is big math now. We're going to do, what is your birth number? What number did you enter into yesterday, January 1st of 2025? And then your last number is going to be 9, because we're all in a universal 9. So give me your numbers in that order in the chat, and I'm going to tell you what that combination might feel like, and we'll see how that works. Okay, so we've got Melissa. Melissa, you can comment. Melissa, you can comment. Girl. Okay, Kim, got 4, 6, 9. Jeannie, got where'd Jeannie go? 7. Oh, it's going fast. 8, 9. Okay, Cassandra, we got 2, 5, 9. Nicole, good to see you, Nicole. We've got 3, 5, 9. Love it. I love the 5s with the 9s. Those are going to be fun. Sandra, 4, 4, 9. And Larima, 1, 1, 9. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Day has 6, 6, 9. And Blair, 4, 2, 9. Ooh, girl, don't let that doubt get you this year. Deb Marie, 5, 2, 9. Rastia. Hope I'm saying that right. Rosti, maybe. 9, 2, 9. Ooh, love it. Michelle, give me the 3 numbers. Give me the 3 numbers. Blythe, we got 4, 1, 9. Michelle, we got, where'd Michelle go? 9, 4, 9. Okay. Oh my goodness. Danielle, I love this so much, y'all. Danielle gives me a 679. And Amber, hopping in late. Hope I could still learn. Yes, absolutely. I pronounced your name correctly, but I said it like 10 different ways. So now I don't know which one was correct. And Lisa, I know that sucks. That's the problem with me saying it so many different times, so many different ways. Larima. Yeah, Larima. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that. Okay, excellent. Okay, great. All right. I will do what I can to get to everybody. Blair and Lisa, you're on the same cycle. Hang on. Let's see who else is on that cycle. We're going to start with y'all. Blair and Lisa, y'all are both born a 4 in a 2-year during a 9-year. Do I have that right? Yep. Yep. Awesome. Perfect. Yes. Blair and Lisa, you're in the same cycle. Excellent. Oh, Pam, got you. Good to see you, darling. Pam, 9, 8, 9. Woo! Coming to close. Coming to close. All right. So Blair and Lisa, 429. Here's how we're gonna do, y'all. Since y'all have the same thing, we're gonna do it. Oh, there's new ones coming in. There's new ones coming in. Melly gives me 939. Okay, great. Excellent. Okay, so here we go. Blair and Lisa, born a 4. You believe, whether it's true or not, that life is hard work and that you got to do work in order to get anything out of life. And if I like to say, in the words of scholar and poet Vanilla Ice, you find a problem, yo, I solve it. He says, if there is a problem, yo, I solve it. You will look for problems because solving problems feels like it is a part of you. It is just how you're wired, being born into that 4 energy. It's like, I'm looking for the thing that I got to fix. I'm looking for the problem I got to solve. I'm looking for the work that I got to do. So working with 4s, this goes with everybody who has a 4 for the birth number. So Kim, Sandra, Blythe, and then of course Blair and Lisa, who I'm doing right now. You've got that vibe of I've got to put work into it. Okay, so numerologically this year you are in a 2-year, which means y'all planted seeds last year and you felt great about them. You had some like, I'm going to put some ideas out there. I'm going to meet some people. I'm going to feel some action taking energy. And even if you didn't notice it, you can now looking back on it, go, oh yeah, I did start a couple of things. I didn't even pay attention. I had some starter energy. And then this year, 2025, you're in that doubt, abort or knit booty stage, as Charles C., my mom, would say. And that means you got to have faith that the thing that you created last year or got excited about last year still has the ability to withstand the dark side of the timeline. We can't see what's going on underground. We could be more emotional. The cool part about a 2-year is we're more psychic. We are more aware vibrationally, energetically of what needs to be done. We're in a good receiving place if we're quiet enough to receive it. And the problem with being born a 4 and then having the receiving energy of a 2-year is that that doesn't really fit for you naturally, because you are always looking for, how do I work? How do I work the problem? How do I work to the solution? How do I work this out? And so being in a 2-year means you're going to have to trust, you're going to have to receive, you're going to have to nurture and allow yourself to believe that the seeds you planted last year were planted correctly. And you don't dig up to look like, is that seed sprouting? You got to wait until it actually shows up out from the dirt. And then, okay, there it is. It did in fact get planted. Okay. So in a 9-year overall, that means that we're looking for ways to feel done with stuff. So for you two, again, this is Lisa, Blair, you are in a 4 born in a 4 in a 2-year during a 9-year. It is going to get even easier to think you need to pull the plug on stuff that you started last year, because the energy of completion is going to be all around during this 9-year. And so what I would ask you to do is make notes for yourself about how that, remember the saying that I said when we did the 2-year before, when we went through in a row, and I said, do not dig up in doubt seeds planted in faith, or what you planted in faith. You don't even have to use seeds, but do not dig up in doubt what you planted in faith. Put that somewhere. Put that somewhere. Amber, I have somebody else who's a 949. That's great. I'll be able to do you. No problem. You got it. Look at you arriving and just getting right in it. Done. Done. Oh, Callie. Let's see. Callie. 459. 9. Da, da, da. Excellent. Okay, great. Great, great, great. Good, good, good. We did all that. Fabulous. So let's do that. Let's now go to Amber 949 and Michelle 949. Let's see if anybody else is a 949. Okay, we got 949s. Here's the combination of that. Now I want you listening, like you know what your three numbers are. So if even if you weren't born a 9, you know what, if you're in a 4 year, you can listen to that part of this. I mean, you should listen to all of it because it's great. But I especially would hope you're listening so that if I don't get to everybody, because this is a lot of folks, you're taking notes in the same notebook you used for the SMFA escape. I love that. Good. I love that so much. Excellent. Oh, Lilith, hang on. Lilith is 169. Excellent. Yeah, you're born a 6. I think you and Keith. Did we decide you and Keith? I know y'all have the same birthday, but we did not the same year. But I think okay. All right, excellent. Done. Got it. You put up your post-it note for don't dig up and doubt what you planted in faith. Good, good, good. All right, so we're doing the 949. Born a 9. Okay. Born a 9, you are what's called an old soul. Born a 9, you showed up wiser than everybody around you. Born a 9, you have done this before, honey. You're like, ugh, this human thing's exhausting because as a 9, you've seen it all before. You've done it all before. You've experienced it all before. It is a lot. People who are born a 9 tend to have that old soul, wise, serious kind of tone because you are born at the end of a cycle. Being born a 9 has that seriousness with it of we can conclude. We don't really need all of this stuff. The human experience is a lot of extra. People who are born a 9, I have found either hoard things, like they keep a lot of stuff, or they are straight up minimalists and they do not keep a lot of anythings. And it's, whichever direction you go, you could see that it comes through that vibe of being a 9 means I don't need all the things. And so I can either not need all the things by being a minimalist, or I can latch on to I know I don't need all the things, so let me collect them and keep them because I feel like I need to have them. So being born a 9 in a 4 year, you've got a year of hard work. So this is a year that you actually like. People who are born a 9 really like a 4. It feels good. Being born a 9, when you experience a 4, you're like, this makes sense. To be human right now means to put in the work. And so I'm going to roll up my sleeves and I'm going to get things done, and it's not going to be a problem. The way I really like to see this is because chart harmony wise, 9 is black, so is 4. You see that they already get along perfectly. And then we're in a 9 year in terms of the universal 9. So you click really well with that energy because it aligns with your birth number. So while a lot of other people, I'm looking at like the 5s and the 3s and there's going to be a lot of chaotic energy in 2025, not going to lie. But those of you, Amber, Michelle, anybody else who is born a 9, if you're going into a 4 year, you are so okay with it because it's put in the work, and the 9 of the world right now just makes sense to me. Like, yes, we're going to let things go. Okay, excellent. Fabulous. Great, great, great. Okay, so next we're going to go to let me see if there's anybody else that is doubled up with somebody so I can get y'all done together. Let's look. And let's pick from a number that I've not yet done for either. Is there anybody else who is cycling together? Anybody else that is cycling together? No, I'm going to do Jean E. Yeah, nobody else is cycling together. Okay, Jean E, born a 7, so highly spiritual, born with a connection to spirit that is not understood by everyone. Capable of receiving psychic messages in ways that not a lot of other people understand. And that can feel really crappy growing up. And eventually it comes to a point of, I don't need it to be understood by anybody else in order for it to be precious and special for me. Um, the being born a 7 can also be, I don't trust my ability to do a lot of the human stuff the way I see it being done. And what I got to say about that is we could look around at the way humans do a lot of stuff and go, I'm glad I don't understand the way they do their stuff, because there is just a lot about the whole human experience that is very confusing. It just does not make a lot of sense sometimes. And so being born a 7 has a little quiet reserve to it. And then being in an 8 year, you were just in your 7 year in 2024, which was a time to reconnect with your life number and to really knit together those wings that are then going to pop out this year. Because Jeannie, in an 8 year, of course, you are taking flight. You're going to be seen. This is a more public year. This is a powerful be seen year energy for you, all of 2025. And while the world is in a 9 year, it can feel like things are closing off right as you're emerging as a leader. And so the great news for that is whatever it was that you started working on in your 1 year, you've gotten it to a point now where if it's a new business, or if it's a new way of approaching life, if it's a new relationship that you're really excited to go public with, all of that is going to be the kind of thing that can withstand where the world is right now. So hopefully that feels good to you to hear and you like that news. I will be excited to find out from you how that plays out and how it's already feeling. Let's do somebody who was born a 1. Okay, so we've done born a 9, born a 4, born a 7. Let's do I have anybody born a 2? I do, Melissa. Melissa, born a 2. Let's do you, Melissa. Also to celebrate that you could comment, because, oh my Lord, Melissa has not been able to comment on my live streams, and now suddenly she could. I'm so glad. You're welcome, Jeannie. Absolutely my pleasure. Yeah, 239 and 259. Yep, y'all are. Y'all are. Let me double that up. Let me do you, Melissa, and Vio. Vio, I don't, do you prefer me to call you Vio or Cassandra, since I know who you are now? I don't know if you, yeah, let's talk 239, 259. We'll go ahead, because that 5 and that 3 are not that far from each other. So let's talk about, do I have anybody else born a 2? I do not. All right, you 2. All right, you 2, born 2s. Born 2s. Y'all sensitive. Y'all sensitive. Vio, fine. Great. Vio, Melissa, y'all sensitive. Y'all psychic. You already know this. You're the kind of psychic that doesn't go, oh, this is fun. You're the kind of psychic that goes, oh my gosh, I have so much information coming at me from so many different directions, from so many people, and what do I do with it? One of the things that I do when I am in here working with multiple people simultaneously is I put on my witchy apron. Leave me alone, LOL. Thanks, Via. Thanks. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Put on some kind of shield between you and the world. If you are born a 2, I mean, even if it's just, I'm about to Zoom with somebody, put on, like, see that self-hug that I do as you arming your shield, not because you have to be defensive, not because there are people who are coming at you in negative ways. It's like there's a scene in Ghost where when they realize that they're actually dealing with, oh, she is psychic, she can see people, she's been able to see, I can't remember the character's name, and I don't want to use the actors' names, but the character. Oda Mae Brown can see whatever his, I want to call him Jack, but it's not Jack, whatever his name is. She can see him, and they are in her little psychic shop, her magic slash psychic reading shop, and suddenly the entire space is filled with spirits because she can channel and she can connect with them, and they are aware now that she can connect. That's what it's like. It's this crowded fucking room with all of this energy trying to come to you and through you because they're so excited that they found a place they can come through. And so being a 2 means you got to set limits. You got to say, hey, I appreciate all of this, but right now I am walking around in a temporary skin suit with a nervous system. And that nervous system needs some protecting because it's got to It's got to go human out there. So you just do things that are to protect. And like I've got a couple of different sprays. I've got one over there and one over here that I use in this space that are to help me protect before I connect and then to help me disconnect. I also ring chimes to help me disconnect, which I know this won't work on the microphone because it is trying to cancel out the noise of it. But this is a beautiful sound that I use to help me like change the energy, change the air. Born a 2, use that in a 2-year. Use that if this resonates with you for whatever reason, no matter what your birth number is. Okay, Melissa, in a 3-year. In a 3-year, 2025, you're going to have manifestation for the seeds that you planted in 2023. You planted seeds in 2023. You nurtured them in 2024, and now in 2025, it's time to start seeing the manifestation of that. So it's a really exciting time. It's going to bring a lot more energy to you. And as we just discussed, being born a 2, having more energy brought to you can feel like a lot. So you have to have energetic boundaries. Yeah, Oda May, I had that. I just don't know the guy's name. I can't remember what the dude's name was. I mean, I know it's Patrick Swayze's character, whatever it was. Can't remember. But yes, Oda Mae Brown. I know. Yeah. Did I say Oda Marie? Oda Mae Brown. Yep. Love, love, love. So then we've got for your 5-year VO, similarly, you are having a rebellious streak. You are having energy of, I got to break some shit. It's got Uranus tone to it. It's, I got to flip some tables. I got to change things up. I got to make some noise around here. And so you're doing more of it than in a 3-year. In a 3-year, it's more of like that thing has now its own energy. That stuff that you are manifesting, you can actually see come into form in a 3-year. In a 5-year, it's you going, I got to change some things. And, don't break your life. I have used 5 years to seriously take a hand grenade, pull out the pin with my teeth and chuck the hand grenade into my life, into my relationships, into my business. The energy is, I mean, I also have Uranus first house, depending on which house system you use. So I can see sometimes needing to explode things in my life. So just be careful with that. And then being in a 9-year overall, for the both of you, this again is for Melissa and Vio, being in the 9-year energy overall, you're going to feel things concluding. Don't decide that means your work is concluding. Just know that it is happening during a time when the world is focused on endings. That does not mean the thing that you are experiencing either through that 3 manifestation or that 5 trying to create some change and shifts. Don't feel like any of that means things are ending. The energy will be getting lower in the world over the course of 2025. Don't decide that makes it about you. And especially being 2s, being born 2s, y'all, do not take that on as your own. Do not take that on as your own. Do not take that on as your own. Okay. Like have a ritual of like, if you need water in your chart, if you are not already blue in chart harmony, if in your life car, you do not have water. I know, Melissa, you have plenty of water in your life car. I recommend getting into a ritual of just like when you wash your face at night, take a moment to hold clean water in your hands and smell it, feel the vibration of the clean water and just allow it to soak into you as I am refreshing inside and out from all that I've experienced throughout the day. And then you can let the water go. Now the water is charged with whatever you needed to exhale into it. And then you can take your hands without, you don't have to wet yourself with them, but I mean, you can, but you can just take your hands now that you've done that and put them everywhere so that you can feel like you have cleaned and disconnected from all the energy that you experienced through the day. Okay. Cool. All right, excellent. Who are we going to do next? Let's do Nicole, who is born a 3. Let me see if anybody else is born a 3. Okay, Nicole, this one's for you. Anybody else who's born in a 3, this is for you. Nicole is born a 3 in a 5-year and in the universal 9-year. So Nicole, born a 3, you are already born with the energy of balance. You've got almost like a Libra vibe to you because you're born a 3, which means you've got the energy. It's a little different from the way we look at the year itself when we were going through and saying you're in a 3-year. When you are born a 3, you have the energy of the planting of the seed and the nurturing it for it to become a thing. And so there's already this well-balanced energy that exists in you. Just because you were born a 3, which is great. It can mean from the Libra-like side of things that you do tend to hesitate on which way to go. Sort of like I was joking about my Gemini dog, always having something that he was working on playing with, and he just abandons it because he has to go somewhere else to something that's more interesting because he's curious and he wants to go see what's this other thing. And there's always something that he can later go, oh, right, that thing. Same Libra has that same air sign energy of, I don't know, which one am I going to choose? The difference is Gemini will choose one and then go choose the other one. Libra is going to go, I can't decide. And that's because Libra is a people pleaser and we want to make sure that we know what everybody wants before we do a thing. Because once we know what everybody wants, we can do a thing that is going to please everybody. There's no such, you can't, there's no such condition as pleasing everybody. It doesn't exist. So you just have to start making decisions. And in a 5-year, you are in a 5-year, Nicole, that means you're feeling a little rebellious. You're feeling like it's time to fuck some shit up, flip some tables. It's time to shake things up and have some change. So I hope that that is something that feels good and exciting to you. And I already talked about the relationship between the 5-year and the 9-year when we were doing VO. So hopefully you're good with that. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you for helping newcomers, y'all. I see that there are people coming in going, ooh, how do I get my numbers? Thank you. You're doing great work helping everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We've been going 75 minutes already. So we'll go at least another 15. I want to, but it's so funny. I was like, I have not watched the astrology podcast in like years at this point. And I always try to catch their year ahead thing. I used to be a Patreon member and I would go live to the taping, but you have to like block off an entire day to go to the live tapings because the astrology podcast episodes are like 4 hours long. And in the live taping, they're taking breaks and then coming back and it's a lot. So I have not even been able to watch them because they're so long and I just have no kind of time for that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am making videos that are long and I don't want to. I want them to be like short and consumable. And I'm like, it's long because we end up diving into plus I also take 10,000 tangents. I know. But we end up like having so many people that we want to do the stuff with and be like, oh, do me. And it's just so much fun. This is how when Clubhouse was at its heyday, I was on Clubhouse for sometimes 20 hours at a time because it just was never stop. So much fun. Oh my gosh. Always someone new coming to the room. All right, let's do somebody who's born a 6 because I haven't done that energy yet. I have done, let's see. I've done born a 2. I have done born a 3. I have done born a 4. I have done born a 7, and I've done born a 9. Okay, so we're going to do born a 6. Born a 6 is going to give us Day and Danielle. And y'all are just off by 1 for the year that you're experiencing this year. So we'll get you both with this one. So Day is born a 6 in a 6 year for 2025. And of course, the universal number for 2025 is a 9 year. And Danielle, born a 6 in a 7 year for 2025. And again, 2025 itself is a 9 year. So let's talk about what it is to be born a 6. When you are born a 6, you are in not quite the same vibe as the 4. Remember, I started with people who were born a 4 and having to like roll up the sleeves, get the work done, kind of if there's a problem, I solve it. Born a 6 is more healing, repairing. It's kind of like being born Virgo. You can see everything that needs to be repaired because your work is to repair everything. You are here to heal the world. No big deal, right? Like that's not a ton on my shoulders or anything, right? I know. But being born a 6, you have this natural healer. I love it. Amber's like a 6 with Virgo rising. There you go. Can't make that up. So there you are a healer, and it is a part of your birthright. When you are born a 6, you are looking for ways to heal and things to heal and people to heal, which means exactly as Amber mentioned, it can be exhausting sometimes because you're picking up, broken toys. You're constantly attracting people who need that healing. Again, it's like Odame's room in her magic shop, in her psychic shop. You get surrounded by all the energy that wants to be attracted to you because you can then heal it, right? So being a healer is exhausting. You always put yourself last. It's why they say, doctor, heal thyself, or the cobbler's kids always has the rattiest shoes. All of those sayings about how it is so challenging to take care of yourself in the way that you take care of the rest of the world. That is especially true for people born a 6. So you have already got that kind of energy going with you. Danielle, you are in a 7-year. So I'm going to do you first, because then I'm going to say the 6-year for you was, and that's going to be where Day is. And Day, as you're hearing me do the 7-year for Danielle, no, that's where you're going to be in 2026. Got that? All right. So the 7-year for someone born a 6 is actually a really nice reprieve. When you are born a 6, when you are a healer like that, you need and enjoy that energy of getting more into a quiet, reflective, peaceful place. You enjoy that ability to get quiet, connect with spirit, be led from something beyond your own awareness. And if you think about that Virgo energy, okay, Amber's a 6-2. I had 949. I think because you came in first, you might not have understood what the numbers were doing. Okay, I got to quit trying to keep up with comments and also see new comments. I need to pay attention to what I wrote down on this thing first, because that's where we're working off this. But I got you. Anyway, that 6 born into, you're hearing that. Got it. So if you can enjoy that year of the 7 because it gives you a break from doing the Virgo collecting, and you don't have to be a Virgo to have Virgo energy. It's the 6 already has Virgo energy. That collecting of let's look at all the digits. Let's look at all the things that we need to get taken care of, all the things that need to be done. You can get into a space of, I can relax and feel intuitively what needs to be done, instead of thinking that this list I've made is everything that needs to be done, and then getting so exhausted that I couldn't possibly keep up with all of it. So the 7-year can actually be a nice, quiet time to reconnect with what's really important. In the 6-year, someone born a 6, Day, where you are right now for 2025, and then Danielle, this is going to be where you were last year being 2024. You are in a space during a 6-year where, obviously being born a 6, you're kind of reconnecting to the way you are born. You're connecting to yourself. You're resetting some of your own birth settings, basically. And it allows you to connect with, yes, what healing is meant to be, and also a sense of, it is not my responsibility to heal the world. Y'all, we were doing last live stream, the one we did just 2 days ago. We were doing it on what is your word of the year or phrase of the year. I actually did not collect all the places where I had written during the year words that I might be considering, or phrases that I might be considering for 2025. And so when I got back to my computer in the creative cave, not here, I pulled up my list of words for, words or phrases possible for 2025, to put all of the things that we had worked out during that live stream into my list, or pull from there things like plenty and receiving. There was another one that was so good. And now, being resourced with plenty, things like that. I wanted to put those on my list. And when I saw that the original list that I had started keeping at some point during 2024 included the phrase, "It is not my job to heal the world," I went, well, there's a reason that was put on the list. It is not my job to heal the world. It is not my responsibility to take care of everyone and everything. I cannot possibly see everything that needs doing and take care of all the things. And that is okay. Give yourself permission when you're a 6 in a 6-year, but anybody who's in a 6-year, remind yourself, sometimes that beautiful Venus energy of the 6 is hosting a party, having people over, being a good host, not being responsible for hosting everybody's energy, healing everybody's brokenness. So that's one of my favorite parts about what we get to learn from that 6-year. Okay, excellent. It's the "and that's okay" is the reminder I needed. Yeah, Danielle, I know all your Capricorn hates hearing that. Day, you're gonna have to have a lecture to your Capricorn. And I know Capricorn loves to be gathered for a lecture, but Capricorn's usually the one giving the lecture. But you got to sit your Capricorn committee down and let them know It's not your job to heal the world, and that's all right. Some people going to be left unhealed. No, some people going to be left to be healed by others. You don't want to be greedy and take up all the healing. Let somebody else do some healing too. Look at it that way. That's kind of the way I look at when we're going up a tier in show business. You know, when you start saying no to jobs at the tier below, look at the favor that you're doing to everyone who is desperate to get to that tier. You know, you no longer work non-union. Great. You just opened up a whole bunch of jobs for people who were waiting to get that opportunity. It's always okay to move on to the next level. And part of the next level is Oprah can't meet everybody who wants to meet Oprah. Okay. All right. Excellent. Okay. We got just a few minutes left. Who else have I not done? I have not done someone born a 1, a 5, or an 8. So let's see where we go. Where we go. Lilith and Larima, born a 1. Let's do y'all. Born a 1. Born a 1. All right. Born a 1. I'm going to put up here. I'm doing a 1. Born a 1. Your energy, your energy for everything in life is, let's start it. Let's get it going. It's real Aries energy. It is first. It is, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's take action. Where do we need to go next? Doesn't matter. We'll figure it out on the road. Let's go. So that 1 energy, starter energy, sometimes not so great at finishing, that 1 birth energy is really great at partnering with other people who can help things get all the way to the finish line, because that 1 energy can really be all about, I got a great idea, I've got a great idea, I've got a great idea, and then never actually land that plane. I suffer from that to a large degree. I'm not born a 1, but I very definitely have the air sign stellium disease of so many ideas. How can I ever do them all? And the rule is you're not going to do them all. And that's okay. Again, we come back to the, and that's okay. Being born a 1, great with like giving ideas to others and letting them spark, happen. Absolutely. Allow all those ideas to feel good. Allow all those seeds to get planted. Live your life looking for opportunity. Yes, I love it all. But don't then beat up on yourself for what you don't finish. That's the one thing I notice about people who are born a 1. They can start, especially around midlife, they can start to get really hard on themselves for what they don't finish. And if anything, when you start getting toward midlife, you should start feeling more, I can't be bothered, more, I can't possibly deal with that right now. That is so not my business. Like I said to some people who were post Chiron return like me, the fuck it button is so close now. That fuck it button used to be really far away, and I had to do like all sorts of like contortions to reach the fuck it button. Now that fuck it button's like right here. Like the second I start thinking, ooh, I should do fuck it. I need to take no fuck it. And I'm like, ooh, that feels good. That feels good. Use the fuck it button more. It's there for a reason. All right. You are Larima in a 1 year now. What did you finish off last year? In 2024, Larima, you finished something. You ended something. You brought things to a conclusion. You're still tying up those loose ends now, even as we enter 2025. But now you are entering that 1 year energy. It is time to start things. It is time to get going on things. It's time to use that energy that you have natively, which is the I've got ideas, let's go, let's go, let's go. Use that action taking time and surround yourself with people who are more likely to help you get things finished. Because during that 1 year, it's when we realize that it's not just about planting the seed. It's about making sure that there's someone there to help tend that soil. It doesn't have to only be you. So being in a 1 year, use that fire, use that energy. And if you come up with too many ideas, use your network and share those ideas. Give them away. Let those ideas take flight with somebody else being at the helm. Don't decide it's got to be me or no one else is going to do it. No. I'm talking to you Capricorns. Just because you came up with an idea does not mean you are the only one who can execute it. You got to learn to lean on your team. You got to learn to lean on your team. And of course, a 1 by birth doesn't know team. a one by birth is like, it's only me. Again, it's that Aries energy. It's like, let's start, let's start, let's start. So if you've already learned that lesson of no, I am definitely a part of a team and I have my people that I love to work with and come together and build things with, great. Use that, use that. So that one goes for everybody. Blythe, you're in a 1 year for 2025. You use that piece of information as well, please. So then Lilith in a 6 year. We've done being in a 6 year, right? Did we do being in a 6 year? Just checking, just checking. No, yes, no. We did not do being in a 6 year. Yes, we did. We did it with Day. Yes, being in a 6 year. Host more parties, release the need to fix all the things. Yes. Perfect, 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 perfect. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So now, who was born at 5? Let's see who was born at 5. Who's born at 5? Was anybody born at 5? Deb Marie, you are the only one born at 5. All right, Deb Marie, it's for you. Deb Marie is a 5 going into a 2 year. Excellent. We talked about 2 year at the very, very beginning with Lisa, but let's go ahead and do it again a little because you are a 5 going into a 2 year. You're a 5. You were born to shake things up. You were born to be a little reckless. And if it hasn't turned in your life into recklessness, it is being aware of where change needs to happen. It is having a keen awareness of where things could be done differently. And even if you tend to follow all the rules, there is this place in your brain that goes, or we could, like, it's got that Uranus energy. It's got that vibe of we can change things, we can make things happen. I used to know this stuff, says Greg. Greg, it is so good to see you, sweetheart. It is so good to see you. So good to see you. I hope you are well. I hope your DJing is thriving. So being born a 5 comes with a little bit of a iconoclast point of view. It's like you want to know what the rules are so you can break them a little. It's got like Aquarius energy, actually, because Aquarius ruled by Saturn in the traditional astrology, but ruled by Uranus in modern astrology. That Aquarius energy really does say, like, I'm okay with the rules. I get it. I understand why they exist. And I also think they are trash. And that is why I am lighting this dumpster fire. Like, that energy is very Aquarius. That 5 energy really does bring that same sort of need to rebel. Oh, but do I need to be a good girl? That kind of vibe might be a part of your story. Going into a 2 year, Deb Marie, this means that last year, 2024, you planted seeds. You had new ideas, new things that you wanted to get off the ground, new relationships, new businesses, new projects, things that got your energy going about, oh, I could see this being a place that we're headed. You're in your 2 year for 2025. And that means really trust that I planted seeds last year that can weather this doubt, that can weather this collective universal 9 year, that they can actually still be here when we're on the other side of 2025. Being able to trust that you planted good seeds because you knew what needed to be planted is a big part of that conversation for you. Cutting class to do homework. Exactly. Spirit, if not the letter of. Yes, exactly, Demery. Exactly. Like that kind of energy of like, I get the rules, but am I going to follow them? And I'm still going to be a rules girl by cutting class to do homework, because technically I was getting the thing done that needed to be done, but I was breaking a rule to do it. It's like, I'm going to go steal, but I'm stealing because that family needs food. And so I'm stealing food for that family, and y'all got to back off from deciding that that's a problem. Yeah, that is very much the way that rebellious energy tends to go. And if you need to hear more about the 2 year, just roll back to when we were talking to Lisa about hers. And finally, born in 8. Who's born in 8? Just me? I think it might just be me. I think it might just be me. If anybody came in later, born in 8, here's what we're doing. Born in 8, both your kids. Oh, those are some powerful kids you got, Danielle. Powerful. Born in 8. That's a power number. You were born a butterfly. You didn't have to figure out how to become one. You were already born one. I'm sorry. I will tell you now, even as a Montessori kid, being born in 8, being already fully aware of your power and how great that is, doesn't make you very popular when you're growing up. It doesn't make you very popular even with the teachers because you are stronger energetically than they may be, and they do not like that very much. You are not being a good factory worker. You are not being a good assimilator. You are not being a good get in line, raise your hand, speak when spoken to, because that's not how you roll. You're an 8. Yep. Yep. Being born an 8, you can be seen as a problem. By the time I got mainstreamed and left Montessori and got put in a public school, I was in the principal's office all the time. And it was because I didn't know the rules. I didn't know I went Montessori. I grew up Montessori. You didn't raise your hand if you needed to go to the bathroom. You didn't wait till breaks if you needed to go to the bathroom. You just excused yourself and went to the bathroom. And then you came back and went back to whatever you were working on. And hopefully you didn't leave at a time when it was very crucial that you hear what the teacher said. Choices and consequences. That's how that works. And so there was a time, 3rd grade. I was halfway through 3rd grade when I got mainstreamed into public school. So I also got to start mid-year. Great. Because you really want to be the kid that starts mid-year, right? And I had tested on a 7th grade level, and they put me in 3rd grade because the school did not allow grade skipping. So I was socially with the right age group, but I was academically not. And I was considered a discipline problem. I was like, here I am in 3rd grade. They're doing something that like times tables or something that I'm like, oh, I got that. So, cause I was like way ahead in math, and I go, okay. And I go to the restroom, and then I am snatched by like the back of my neck, like a cat, and taken down to the principal's office. Okay. Anyway, y'all, 8. They're both, I knew that, Danielle, Montessori all the way through elementary, and they of course love it. Yeah. And they're both very ahead of grade level. Yep. I wish I could have believed it when adults said, there's going to be a time when you don't care that you weren't in with everybody in school. And it's when you realize, especially coming to Hollywood will do that as well, as you go, oh, I'm in the group of people that all were like the weird ones at their schools, and we all came here to do this showbiz thing. We all came and joined the circus. Okay, got it. And when we ever look up people from where we grew up, we're like, woo! Oh yeah, no, I was never gonna fit in with those folks. So, because the only thing we had in common was geography and the year we were born. Age and geography is not a lot to have in common with people, but that's who we grew up with. Yeah, not talking about myself, LOL. Yeah, smart kids get bored. They do. And it wasn't until my 5th grade teacher was the first one who, God bless, Gloria Stivers. Oh my God, I love her. Love. She was the first one that went, Bonnie's not a discipline problem. She's just smart. She needs to be given other things. And so during all the classes that I was like, I got that. And I was just bored. I actually was taken out of those classes and sent down to the nurse's office because that was the only spare room that they had. So I was sent to the nurse's office with a spelling book, and we lived in a big Vietnamese and Cambodian refugee community because this would have been in the 70s. And so this was a time when a lot of refugee population was coming into our school system, and they were going based on age, and these were kids that didn't know English. And so again, that being put in a grade based on your age, not on what you need, it's just such a great idea. Public school, I hope they don't do that anymore. But anyway, I would sit with these children who didn't know English, and many of them were quite older than me, and we would work on learning English using this like 2nd grade spelling book, 1st grade spelling book. And that's what I got to do during the classes that in the 5th grade I didn't need to take. And I am so grateful to that teacher for having recognized that I wasn't a discipline problem. I was in need of something that challenged me. And of course, teaching has become a part of my life and always has been and always will be. All my jobs, I worked at Chili's. My job, I thought, was going to be sling drinks and bring people their chips and salsa while they watched the game. And instead, within a few months, I was promoted to trainer, and not just trainer of new people who came to our restaurant. I was a corporate trainer and got flown all over the country to help new stores that were open in the standard of Chili's. Because that's My first non-show business job was at Drug Emporium, which I guess is like a Walgreens or a Dwayne Reed. Drug Emporium. I don't know. Does it exist anymore? I don't know. But I worked at Drug Emporium and I was like, I'm just a cashier. I'm just a cashier. I lied on my work permit to say that I was older than I was so I could get a job sooner than, because I could get a showbiz job young, but I couldn't get a job as like you have to be 16. And I was like, no, I'm 16 and I wasn't, so that I could go ahead and get a job and start making money regularly because I was saving up to buy a car. And here I am, cashier. And within a couple of months, I'm promoted to head cashier. So I sit in the little room with another head cashier who smokes all the cigarettes and drinks all the Diet Coke. By the way, this is why I don't drink sodas. Because the idea of the sweetness of a soda, because I was drinking like Fanta grape or something really yummy like that. But I just would associate it with small rooms, cigarettes, and money. And we were just counting money, wrapping money, counting money. Anyway, was that my excuse for questioning authority? Yep. Excellent. I know. Yes. Okay, y'all. Tell me what else you need. Because we've done everybody who's born a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, and 8. We've done, you're going into your 2025 is a 6-year. We've done your 2025 as a 3-year. We've done your 2025 as an 8-year, 5-year, a 1-year, a 4-year, a 2-year, a 7-year. We did all of them. So we have done every birth number and we've done your 2025 is number. We've done every single one of those, if not in combination. So you will be able to go through and catch all of these in some configuration. And then the comments will remain open on the replay. So come ask in the comments. Here's what I think I have. Did I get it right? The color for the 6-year, I believe Deb Marie told us, is green and orange. I believe, but for sure green. Yeah. I'm going to look up how to find my number and stuff real quick. I got you, Greg. I got you. Here's how I was keeping up with everybody. You do your birth month, day, year, added down to a single digit. That's your birth number, your life number, your month, day, and the current year to get to, again, one number, what year you're in currently is just green. Okay, 6 is just green, says Deb Marie. Thank you, Deb Marie, for looking at the Chart Harmony code. 2025 on its own, 9-year. Okay. 6 is just green. Cool. Can you come back to what to watch for when your birth number matches the year? Sure. So I am, as you can see from here, I am in a 9-year and the year is in a 9-year. I cycle with the year. What that means is the big collective closing off of a 9-year is something I am also feeling in my personal life. If you, however, are in any other year, if you're one out of the other 9, if you are in a 1-year, 2-year, 3-year, 4-year, 5-year, 6-year, 7-year, 8-year, you are not in the same vibe of the collective 9-year. And so the collective 9-year is an ending of things and a closing off of things and a cleaning out the closets and exposing and getting transparent. Remember, I said I got sober at the end of a 9-year. That was me getting really transparent and really real about how much I drank and how often I was drunk and how much that needed to not be a part of my life anymore. And that is a feeling of a lot of vulnerability. So I was doing that personally in a 9-year while the year itself, while the universal year was a 9-year. If you've got any of the other numbers, you've got the year itself doing a collective reckoning of the end of something that was started in 2017. And I don't need to tell you that we had somebody who was inaugurated as the president of the United States in January of 2017, starting this cycle, this 9-year cycle. That was a 1-year, January 2017. That 2017 was a 1-year. Mm-hmm. So what might we be closing off in this 9-year that started in that 1-year? Yes. Okay, excellent. Did I get it? Did I give you what you needed? Sandra, tell me if I gave you what you needed. Yes. I can list the years and their colors. Hold, please. Let me bring up my cheat sheet. Where is my chart harmony? Hold, please. Chart harmony, oracle cards. Oh, I need to get back to that project. Chart harmony, how to. Let's see, do I have my colors? I do. I've got it. All right, you ready? You ready? Here we go. All I'm doing is looking at the workbook from Chart Harmony 101, which is a free webinar at my Teachable space. If you go to bonniegillespie.teachable.com/courses, you will find one there called Chart Harmony 101. It is free. Go sign up. You just have to give your email address, and then you are taking it. And in it, I have the decoder ring for not only numbers, but also planets and signs. Like there's a whole decoder ring. And I'm going to be way more present on social media in 2025. Therefore, you will see a new and polished, buffed up thank you day version of all of my tools, including the decoder ring of all the colors. You ready? Here we go. Here we go. Number one is pink and orange. Pink because it is verbal, air, and orange because it is action takey, fire. Okay. 2 is blue. I said it was blue and black before. I was wrong. It is only blue. It is only blue. I'm looking at my simplified list. Yes, not my I'm air signing list. Blue is 2. Right. Intuitive, still, allowing, receiving. 2, quiet. Blue days. Our blue days are moon days. It's like, okay, we want to definitely have that kind of energy. For 3, not 4, 3, 4, 3. The colors are, the chart harmony colors for 3 are pink and orange and purple. And so it's that same energy as the 1, the pink and orange, but then with purple, and that purple is the magic. Remember I said that 3 is a manifestation number. So 1 is planting seeds, 2 is nurturing them, allowing them to do what they need to do, being patient. So you see how we go from the orange pink to the blue, and then back to orange pink plus purple, because the purple is that manifestation energy. Again, now it's going to be new life, action takey, excited to move things forward and be out in the world about it. So it's a more active energy with that little bit of that purple Jupiter energy for magic, because manifestation. Okay, cool. I'm glad this is helpful. That 4 energy is black and green. So 4, hard work, hard work, hard work. Green, get paid, get paid, get paid. Born a 4, yes, everything looks like work to you. Good news. You know what happens when you work all the time? You get paid. Please, though, take time off enough to enjoy the money that comes in. And if you're like, Bonnie, I'm born a 4 and I do not get paid, then I'm going to tell you, you need to be doing some chart harmony for Venus. Perfect opportunity to mention that if you use the code webinar with my 44 Days with Venus course, you get it for half off. I need to make sure that that did not expire on December 31st of 2024. That code may have expired. And if it did, I won't change the code. I'll just change the date on it at Teachable. But 44 Days with Venus, also at that link that Day gave you, bonniegillespie.teachable.com/courses. That one is a for-pay course. But 44 Days with Venus will change your life if attracting money or love or enoughness is a challenge to you. And with Venus going retrograde in 2025, highly, highly recommend that you plan to do some Venus remediation, whether you think you need it or not. You will find that this little mini course is very potent for something so like low key and chill. All right, 5. The 5 numerology is pink and purple. So remember that energy is kind of rebellious. So Uranus has that pink energy. It's like, flip that table. So we talked about Uranus being a part of that value, that air kind of energy. And then purple, because there is that magic of more, more, more. that comes with taking risks. You remember I said one of the key values of that 5 numerology is taking risks. It's not just throwing the party and swinging from the chandelier, although that is a part of it, because you got the kid off to college, so now you party, right? When we were doing the whole all the numbers in order. But that 5 energy is also taking risks. And when we take big risks, we get big rewards. And so that purple energy, that Jupiter energy, is a big part of that number. Chart harmony color for 6, green. So this green energy is the host a party, repair your home, get your house in order. That's what my mom would have said. She's like, you threw a big party under your 5 years. So in your 6th year, you're going to have to repair your home. So that 6 energy is that green, the hosting energy. Think of it like the Taurus part of a Venus ruled vibe. That's what we're going with the 6 energy. The 7 numerology is black and blue. And that's the one that I was saying you really want to protect your energy around a 7-year. Or by the way, the numerology works for the days of the week. Like every day of the week has its own numerology. Every day of the year has its own numerology. You can count down to any, like if a baby were born today, what is that numerology? That's all you have to do. You just take it all the way down. That is the numerology of the day. It gets a little micro for some, so I don't want to overwhelm the people, but if you like, you can measure your days out like that. By the way, we are doing the calendar together again. January, is it 12th, 15th? When is there a January during the week? When is there a January during the week? Y'all, I can hear my alarm going off to tell me the Georgia game's starting. The 15th. On January 15th, we are going to do a live stream, and we're going to do the calendar for February together. And so come to that. It'll be here. Like it's already scheduled. You can go ahead and say, remind me on the little YouTube thing. Okay. So that 7 energy, black and blue. Black is we want to go within. We want to only do what needs to be done. We want to simplify. We want to declutter. That black energy is always pruning, Daddy Saturn kind of energy. And then the blue is, of course, trust yourself, intuitive, go within, self-care, psychic, quiet, boundaries because of the black. Great. 8, that numerology is green and orange. Yeah. Green and orange. Okay, so the 8 energy numerologically is go ahead and fly because you got those wings. It's that power number. And then that green has that spark of enoughness. That is that if we think about how Venus rules love, money, and enoughness, the enoughness part of that butterfly saying, oh, cool, I didn't know how these wings were going to work when I was in that 7, but now that I'm in that 8, I got some wings. And I know being born in 8, you're going to sometimes be a target because you are flying in a world of not flying. If you would like to know more about that metaphor, read the book Hope for the Flowers. That is a book that I loved in childhood. It is a very spiritual book. And it has some images in it that make it feel like it could be a children's book. I recommended that to one of my dear, dear clients who then put up the picture of it at Instagram with the caption, what a great day to cry the whole life of me. And she cried the whole life of her reading this book because it's just so impactful about being the butterfly and being in a world of caterpillars. And what is that experience? Hope for the Flowers. It's a fabulous book. Then finally, the 9. The 9 is black. That is all. It is simple. It is pruning. It is trimming. It is decluttering. It is getting rid of. It is closing off. It is being done. You have that after your mom passed from her library. Lilith, I love that. That's so fabulous. Michelle says, this means I get to work hard and play hard this year. Yes, correct. Correct. Get paid, says Sandra. Yes. Okay, y'all, tell me your one big takeaway from today. We ended up going way longer than I thought we would. I'm going to take a screen grab of this cheat sheet so I have it handy next time without having to go look for it. And by the way, that's how I end up with so many damn files. Because I go, oh, I might need this. Let me take a screen grab of it. And then I eventually go, oh, I need to put all these screen grabs away in a folder. And then so I'm actually going to label this one. That is, if I'm doing a New Year's resolution, that is one. I am going to label my damn screen grabs so I don't later have to go through all my screen grabs that are titled screenshot, blah, 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 to know what it is. Okay, this one is Chart Harmony cheat code. No moon phases. Because I have another one that has the lunar phases in it. This one does not. Okay, tell me what your big takeaway is. Yes, Vio, just one. No, you can tell me as many as you want. You can tell me as many as you want. Danielle says, biggest takeaway, you are such an inspiration, an inspirational giving fountain. Thanks, Danielle. I have missed live streaming. And then I've also needed to not be live streaming. I got completely demonetized and everything. Not demonetized. I'm not demonetized, but I got demonetized at the YouTube. So I'm back and I am committed. I think I already have 3 on the schedule for January. I have 3 on the schedule for February, or 2 on the schedule for February. Like I am live streaming, so you can count on it. You can sign up for my texts if you want to get reminded with a text. Yes, so I'm looking to bring it all back, get that energy up and going. Thank you for this fabulous session. You're welcome, Nicole. Mel says it all makes sense. I wear black all the time and I've always known I'm an old soul. This is the year to manifest. Very good. Exciting. Pam, this 9 is going to have such a good 8-year. Yes, queen. Yes, you are. I cannot wait to see what you butterfly out, Pam. That's fabulous. Appreciate the info in general. Thank you, Kim. Blythe, I need to do 44 days with Venus. It is such a treat. It is such a treat. And if that webinar code does not give you half off, hang on a second. And because I'm going to go, when I turn the Georgia game on, I'm going to go and make sure that I have that set. Trust my wings, Jeannie. Yes. Deb Marie says, thank you for replays. Of course, of course, of course. Day, I'm nervous for all the 6 energy. Tell your little Capricorns that you got this. You got this. And when you don't, you got me. By the way, Day, I was taking a look at like coaching bank situation. Like you can meet with me monthly if you want to make sure you know you got this. Like, girl, you got this. Melissa, I'm exactly where I need to be. This all lines up with all that I know to be true right now. Awesome, Melissa. I'm so excited to have you in Aligned MCs. We are going to really up level. I'm going to talk with some aliens. It's going to be great. How to protect myself. No need to take care of everyone. Cry my whole life away. Don't break things while choosing what to prune. Right? Right. Just because you got to prune doesn't mean you got to like dig up the whole garden. It's like just prune. Biggest takeaway, I'm not dreading a 4-year with regard to hard work. Thank you so much. Michelle, I'm so glad. Great way to help get the best mindset to start the year. Awesome. Melly says, you're so appreciated and loved. Thank you. Thank you for your awesomeness. Thank you. I appreciate that. Blair says, biggest takeaway is that all my personal growth last year was solid and real. I'm capable of keeping it in my life. Yes, you are. Goddess. Yes, you are. Yes, yes, yes. Sandra says, I'm here to get paid. Yes. Nothing wrong with that. 44 days with Venus will make you really know where you are blocking your money. Like you could be cock blocking your money left and right. And instead it's just like, no, come on, money. Come on. I'm not going to make it hard for you to find me. It's just an exchange of value for value. And if I put great value out in the world, I'm going to receive great value. And I'm not going to apologize about that. You're so appreciated and loved. Yes, of course. I'm here to get paid. Right. Code didn't work for me. Just so you know, Blythe, hang on. If you bought, we'll get you some money back or refund you that and then get you to start over. But if you've not yet checked out, clear the purchase and I'm going to go fix it. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you, Bonnie says, Sandra, you're absolutely welcome. Good to see you again. You've been missed, dear lady. Pam, thank you. I am slowly going to get back to Instagram as well. I'm going to build things in the creative cave. I think I'm going to start with the Decans that we did a live stream like 3 live streams ago. Like how not all Leos are the same because they've got different sub rulers. Whatever. I'm gonna do some little cards about that, I think, and make that my comeback to Chart Harmony Instagram. But I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky. It's like old Twitter. I love it. Yay! Biggest takeaway is a reminder that all this stuff is happening unseen, like gravity. Greg, yes. Lisa says, thank you, Bonnie, so much. You rock. I was already feeling like doubting everything from this 1 year as it needs to gestate in 2 years and be left alone. Leave it alone. Don't go check on it. It's that watched pot never boils. Don't go check on that seed you planted. Don't dig up that earth and go, let me check. No. Okay. All right. Sounds good, says Day. Good. Get on my calendar, girl. We'll do it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk in Slack. Yep. Don't dig up in doubt, seeds planted in faith. Yes. Is there a way to get more info on my numbers? Kim, yes. Take Chart Harmony 101. It is a free webinar at my Teachable space. Yes. There's a workbook there. Even if you don't have time to watch the webinar, the workbook has everything you need to help you get more info. Yes. I'm going to sign up for 44 days with Venus. Yay, Michelle. You'll love it. 44 days with Venus sounds amazing. Good. VO, we got you. Didn't check out yet. Wanted you to know since you mentioned the code. Fabulous. Yes, use code webinar. It'll get you half off. I'm going to go extend the deadline on that code so that y'all get it. Of course, Deccan's stream was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna create some content around that. I think that's really, really helpful. Nice to see you again. Thanks, Greg. You too. You too. Every stream is amazing. Oh, you're so wonderful. I love you, beautiful people. I got to go watch the Georgia Bulldogs because we got a Sugar Bowl win. All right. I love you, beautiful people. Be good to yourself. Enjoy your year, whatever the number is, whatever the experience is. Being in a collective 9 year, we're going to see a lot of things exposed to the light and then pruned out because they got to go. Exit, stage left. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. I'm excited. I love y'all so much. If you want to keep up with when I'm going to be live next, go to bonniegillespie.com/events. I always update there. Love y'all. See you in the replay. See you in the comments. Bye, bye, bye. End stream. Yes. Okay. Bye, everybody.